And big breaking news coming in on the India's Got Latent controversy. The Supreme Court has now slammed comedian Samay Raina's comments on the entire legal proceedings, the statement that he has made in Canada. Now, Justice Kant has taken an hit at Samay Raina during the proceedings. He has said, and I quote, "These youngsters are over smart. One of them went to Canada and what he said is known to us." Now, the Solicitor General Tushar Mehta has said that he has made fun of the proceedings. The court has also said they have to behave like responsible people, otherwise we know what to do. The Supreme Court has also said that possibly they do not know the jurisdiction which this court enjoys. And earlier, remember, the Supreme Court had permitted podcaster Ranveer Allahbadia to air his programs after taking an undertaking that he would not use offensive language. But clearly, while Ranveer Allahbadia very apologetic, playing by the rules, if you will, Samay Raina during his world tour still making controversial statements about the proceedings back home in India. I'm joined by my colleague Ananya Bhatnagar on the broadcast. So Ananya, does it seem that Samay Raina is shooting himself in the foot by making these statements abroad?
Well, definitely he's not, before the court, but definitely his comments have found way with the Supreme Court. Remember, this is a bench headed by Justice Suryakant and Justice Enkoteshwar Singh that was dealing with this particular issue of Ranveer Allahbadia, asking for a modification as far as airing shows, especially his podcast, that is the Ranveer Allahbadia show, is concerned. Though that has been granted to him, but there was a stern dig that was taken by the Supreme Court on Samay Raina, saying that, these youngsters are doing and are playing very, very over smart, but they do not know as to what kind of a jurisdiction that the court enjoys. And definitely, the Supreme Court can take a stern view of it. However, it just let it go by these comments. But at the same point of time, the day came in as a relief for Ranveer Allahbadia. Yet again, his interim protection from arrest has been extended. Not only that, he has been allowed to air his shows, but very categorically, he has to give an undertaking to the Supreme Court that, his show would maintain the dignity and, in fact, the standards of morality that the country enjoys. Remember that the Solicitor General of India took a very, very, a great example of a difference between the India and the USA, that, you can burn a national flag in the USA, which is a part of their fundamental right. But at the same point of time, if you do the same in India, it's definitely a criminal offense, and that is something that cannot be allowed. There is a high, moral and dignity standard that are to be maintained in India, and that should be done by Ranveer Allahbadia as far as this show is concerned, is what the Supreme Court has gone on to say. Though the Supreme Court has widened the scope of these proceedings completely, asking the central government and especially the Solicitor General of India to come in with a kind of draft regulations as far as this content on independent media and independent
I think we'll leave it at that. Ananya, thank you for joining us with that piece of breaking news.